Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another video. Unreal. Reading update. I love The First Day of Spring by Nancy Tucker. It's 5 stars. So wild, so crazy. My jaw was on the floor. Let's do this. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Daylight savings is super annoying in my opinion because why does it get dark in the evening when all of us are getting home from work? I didn't work today, but still, so annoying. So today I'm going to be talking about Indigo's top 10 books of 2023. I have most of them here with me because I was gifted them from Indigo. I feel so lucky. However, I had book club last night, so I ended up lending a few of them out. So I will be talking about all the books, all the way from the 10th book to the first one, and a mini October wrap-up, a very late October wrap-up. Okay. So I wrote down some descriptions from the books taken from the Goodreads synopsis. So the only books descriptions that are in my own words are the ones that I've read, which I'll tell you what ones I've read. So number 10 on Indigo's top 10 books of the year list is The Defector by Chris Hadfield. So in this book, it says, as the Yom Kippur War, if I butchered that, sorry, flares into life, a state-of-the-art Soviet MiG fighter plane plummets to an unexpected landing. NASA flight controller and former U.S. test pilot Kaz Zemekis watches from the ground, unaware that its arrival will pull him into a high-stakes game of spies, lies, and secrets that hold the key to Cold War air and space supremacy. Sounds very interesting. Like, I'm definitely going to make my dad read this first. I think like I could totally lend these out to my family members, and there is such a good mix of books in here. So number 9, Life in Two Worlds, a coach's journey from the reserve back to the NHL and back. Life in Two Worlds, Ted Nolan. Okay, in 1997, Ted Nolan won the Jack Adams Award for the best coach in the NHL, but he wouldn't work in pro hockey again for almost a decade. What happened? This is so intriguing to me. This is from an Indigenous author, and I'm just so curious about what happened in his life. That pulls me in right away. The Leftover Woman by Jean Kwok. An evocative family drama and a riveting mystery about the ferocious pull of motherhood for two very different women. Jasmine Yang arrives in New York City from her rural Chinese village without money or family support, fleeing a controlling husband on a desperate search for the daughter who was taken from her at birth. Meanwhile, publishing executive Rebecca Whitney seems to have it all, a prestigious family name, and the wealth that comes with it. A high-powered career, a beautiful home, a handsome husband, and an adopted Chinese daughter she adores. I hadn't heard of this one, but I think out of this entire list, this is the one I'm most excited to read, if I'm being honest, this one. So I'm super excited for that. Number 7 is Happy Place, Book Talk. We've all heard of this book. It's hyped up. I haven't read it yet. I read Not the People We Meet, Beach Read, and I was just like, so I don't know about this one. I've heard good and bad. I mean, everyone's gonna have their own different opinions. I just don't love something that's like just too cheesy and cringy. Give me the hardcore romance. So anyways, if you don't know what this book's about, it says Harriet and Wynne have been the perfect couple since they met in college, except now, for reasons they're not discussing, they don't. They broke up 6 months ago and still haven't told... Except now they aren't their perfect couple. They broke up 6 months ago and still haven't told their best friends, which is now how they find themselves sharing the largest bedroom at the main cottage that has been their friend group's yearly getaway for the last decade. After years of being in love, how hard can it be to fake it for 1 week in front of those you know best, who know you best? It sounds intriguing to me. Like, I'm not opposed to trying it, but you know Book Talk books. They can be super hyped up and be a huge letdown, but I mean, it's just not all books are for everyone, so that's okay too. Okay, I don't have Yellowface with me. I lent both my copies out, so I have read Yellowface and I loved it. I read it in September, I think, and I did love it. So this is my review of, or my description of Yellowface. Juniper Hayward witnesses her friend Athena Liu choke to death and die. Although she tried to save her, it wasn't enough. What was enough though? Juniper may not have been as successful of an author as her friend, but she could be. So she takes her friend's recently completed manuscript of her next big book and turns it into her own. This story is about Chinese laborers in the First World War. So what if Juniper isn't an Asian author like Athena? She can use her middle name Song to publish the work. Her new author photo looks somewhat ethnic in the dark light. She can totally do this. However, some things can't be changed, like the dooming evidence that is being brought to light about her stolen work. 4 stars because the ending was a little messy and choppy for me. Absolutely loved Yellowface. Highly recommend to everyone. Book of the year. Why is it not number 1? That's my question. It should be. Number 5, The Art Thief by Michael Finkel. For centuries, works of art have been stolen in countless ways from all over the world, but no one has been quite as successful at it as the master thief, Stefan Breitweiser. Carrying out more than 200 heists over nearly 10 years in museums and cathedrals all over Europe. Breitweiser, along with his girlfriend who worked as his lookout, stole more than 300 objects until it all fell apart in spectacular fashion. This book sounds really good too. Very good. Okay. Moon of the Turning Leaves is number 4 on our list by Wabgesig Rice. Okay. 10 years have passed since a widespread blackout triggered the rapid collapse of society. When the constants of the old world, cell phone service, landline, satellite, and internet disappeared, 10 long years since the steady supply of food and fuel from the south became a thing of the past. So this is the anticipated sequel to Moon of the Crusted Snow. So when the world goes dark, how will you survive? That sounds interesting. I'm not a girly who likes to read books in a series. I need to turn on the light. It's getting dark in here. Number 3, Becoming a Matriarch by Helen Knott. So this is a memoir. Yes, this is a memoir. Helen Knott's memoir. So having lost both her mom and grandmother in just over 6 months, forced to navigate the fine lines between matriarchy, matridom, and codependency, Knott realizes she must let go, not just of them, but of who she thought she was. Woven into the pages are themes of mourning, sobriety through loss, and generational dreaming. Becoming a Matriarch is charged with poetic insight, sass, humor, and heart, taking the reader over the rivers and mountains of Danza territory in northeastern British Columbia, along the cobbled streets of Antigua, Guatemala, and straight to the heart of what matriarchy truly means. Yeah, that sounds very sad, but also inspiring. Okay, number 2, Fourth Wing, of course it's number 2. Not that I think it should be, I don't. Okay, I have read this one, so this is my description of Fourth Wing. Violet Sorrengail was supposed to enter this, and again, lent it out, it's gone. Violet Sorrengail was supposed to enter the safety of the Scribe Quadrant, but due to her mother's brutally high expectations as commanding general, she ends up in the dangers of the Riders Quadrant. I can't read today. Fighting every day for her life, Violet finds herself rising to the challenge to bond with a dragon, get stronger for battle, and even try not to get killed by powerful, ruthless, but gorgeous wing leader, Xaden Ryerson. This book, I'm just not a fantasy girly. I'm glad. I heard that this book was supposed to be like a book to get people into fantasy, and I have A Court of Thorns and Roses staring at me on the shelf right now, but I'm just like, oh, I'm still not convinced. Okay, and number 1 book of the year on Indigo's top books of the year of 2023 list is Hello Beautiful by Anne Napolitano. Nope. I don't know. Anyways, I butchered that, I'm sorry. Hello Beautiful. So William grew up in a house silenced by tragedy, where his parents could hardly bear to look at him, much less love him. So it's a relief when his skill on the basketball court earns him a scholarship to college far away from his childhood home. He soon meets Julia, a spirited and ambitious young woman who surprises William with her appreciation of his quiet steadiness. With Julia comes her family. She is inseparable from her 3 younger sisters. Happily, Julia's family welcomes her new boyfriend into their loving, chaotic household. But then darkness from William's past surfaces, jeopardizing not only Julia's carefully orchestrated plans for their future, but the sisters' unshakable loyalty to one another. It's an exquisite homage to Louisa May Alcott's timeless classic Little Women. So, for lovers of that book, which I just read probably a year ago now. I read Little Woman last winter, so I'm excited to read this one too, but I am most excited for The Leftover Woman. I'm so excited to read this book. So this is, to me, I should read all these and then rank them myself, because I feel like this one's going to be number 1. Right now, Yellowface is number 1, and it should be number 1. But, okay, let's quickly talk about the books that I read in October. Monthly reads. I didn't read a lot in October because I think I was in a reading slump. Okay, I read 4 books. Chevy Stevens' Dark Roads, 3 stars. I wanted to like this one more, and it was just a mess. It was all over the place. All the Light We Cannot See, so excited for the Netflix show. 3 stars, because 3.5 stars. Love the storyline, but I personally found it so hard to keep track of what was happening because it switched POVs and timelines so frequently. The Quiet Tenant, it is in running for my favorite book of the year. 5 stars. This is a kidnapping book. I'm obsessed with this book. Obsessed. Please go read The Quiet Tenant if you love thrillers, if you love the kidnapping trope. And the 4th book I read this month is The Only One Left by Riley Sager. It's a really anticipated book, and I only gave it 3 stars. I found it hard to get into and boring and not thrilling at all. Riley Sager, you have not come back from The House Across the Lake. This one was better than that one though, of course, but anyways, that was a quick little top Indigo chat about their top 10 books, what I read in October. I just wanted to keep it really simple because this lighting is stressing me out. But I will be back soon with another video. Make sure you go to my Booksta and follow me, and my Insta, book talk. Did I say Booksta? Booksta at Pages of Books, Book Talk at Pages of Books, my Goodreads, so that we can be friends and see what we're reading. Everything is in the link in my bio. Thanks for watching. Oh, and I have to share Wally. Here's a little Wally update. He's doing well. Louis is also doing good. Louis, they're tired boys. Okay, bye guys. Thanks for watching.